Yeah, I may not make it to 65. And this isn't a clickbait thing or for drama. I really am thinking about this. I'm 55. I was walking my dogs this morning and I found out I have Ehlers-Danlos on top of the fibromyalgia and all that. But I'm thinking of also being the Cassandra sister, the Cassandra Syndrome, and everything that's going on in my life. And thinking about, wow, I am not going to be unhappy anymore. And I encourage you, say that mantra to yourself. I am not going to be unhappy anymore. I am going to take charge of this life and live it like I'm going to die in a few years. When you think about, I've been binge watching Grey's Anatomy. And I know it was a show, I don't know how many years ago it was on, but I'm just seeing it now. I see about when they think they're gonna die and they do all this crazy stuff before because they just think they're gonna die, and then they end up living and it's all a mess. But that's the drama part. Let's talk about reality. So what brought this on, this thought, was I've been looking up Ehlers-Danlos, and there are extremes. It's another spectrum, and I seem to be in the little bit above mid range. It's not terrible, but what I'm seeing in myself, that it's not good either. And I know anytime I change my diet, I go through hell. My body goes through hell, be it healthy, be it Pop-Tarts. My body doesn't like change, and I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to think about my life finally, because I spent the last 15 years plus 10 years before that, what's that, 25 years, taking care of my parents, and then taking care of this man that's taking care of me financially. Heck yeah. But taking care of him and focusing on him and my books, Lonely in Love, and the whole autism thing, and how do I handle it, and how can I help other women who didn't know that they were autistic when they met them, and all that good stuff. And finally being here in this house by myself. And the thing is, we flourish when we leave our guys. We do start to find ourselves again. I hate to say it, you have to be away to really grasp what's happening. It has taken me a long time, so don't beat yourself up, because that's everybody else's job. It's taken me many moves. I lived in another state last year. I'm living in a different state this year, away from him. Last year, I was depressed. Maybe the trauma bonding was kicking in, the feeling alone. I don't know. I went back to him, realized I cannot live with this man, and I can't live without him. With or without. No, I can't. I can't live under the same roof. Interestingly enough, this man of mine is very cordial and kind when I don't live under the same roof. We had a good talk yesterday about what's going on, and he shocks me that he talks to me like he talks to a coworker. He talks to me now like, for some reason, living under the same roof with him doesn't work, but it does work when I'm not. And my friends and me, I am nervous about the moving, living separately together, but living right next door to each other instead of in different states. I'm nervous about that. But I know in my heart that it's just under the same roof. If I live next door, I'm still not living under the same roof. I think it'll be okay. It'll be easier financially to do that. It'll be easier mentally for me. He is not my safety as far as I can call him up and come help me. He can help the dogs. He can help everything financially. But I know when I move and I make this final move for retirement with him, I have to find my community. And so we're going back and forth on where to live. But at any rate, that's a whole long story. And I think we've got it together. I think in 10 months, we might be making this happen. It's never concrete. with him. So I always keep that in mind. But I look at, as I was walking my dogs this morning, many of my first cousins, I am an only child. My parents did live until they were 80. Their parents, pretty old age, like I think, but my cousins, my parents' brothers and sisters' kids, like me, the closest I have to a brother and sister kind of deal, they're dropping off like flies. It's terrible to say. Oh my God. But it has been so extreme and so sad that I do. That's my mechanism to laugh about it or make a joke. That's my family. And I started to think, you know, we've struggled with weight on one side of my family, on the other side of my family, arthritis, chronic pain, and I have all those things. I don't have the weight gain, I think, because I spent all my life with this pain, with the Ehlers-Danlos and the fibromyalgia or whatever it is. I've had to go on extreme diets, but I'm still just thinking, wow, you know, the heart disease in our family is big on both sides. And when I started thinking about that, I thought, I can't be miserable with this man anymore. I can't be miserable working a job and being so much in pain. I am going to fight. I am going to fight for that disability support and know that I deserve it, because I am disabled. I cannot handle a 3-hour-a-day job. That's not normal. I love my job. I want to work. I am so tired of people saying I'm lazy, people saying that it's all in my head. I'm tired of that. I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm going to live my life, because if I have 10 years, you know, I used to joke, I want to die with my dogs because I can't imagine my life without my dogs. Hey, puppos, they may be on my grave having sleepovers. I may go before them. I mean, we don't know. We could go tomorrow. So it just got me really thinking about life, and really now, if you're in your 40s and you're healthy, you may have already turned off whatever this crazy woman's saying that's, you know, that you're listening to right now. But if you're over 55 and you have health issues and you're living in a very stressful relationship, you gotta really take charge of your life and start thinking, what can I do? What is right? Guess what? I almost thought I needed to move back with him again just a couple days ago. Because of the carpet situation in my rental home, they said it was okay for me to break the lease and no repercussions. And I started to think, oh, it would save money. And I thought I could be with my friend again that's in California that I miss. And wait. I am miserable living under the same roof with him, miserable. And I almost forgot that because of the money and the strain and the disability. I'm living in 2 different states, so I have to be temporary here. I have to drive back and forth for my doctors. It's not easy. I'm trying to change my diet, so my body is freaking out in the morning. I can barely move. I'm in so much pain. That's why walking my dogs is such a blessing. And getting my body moving helps. And I'm going off caffeine, and that sucks, but not cold turkey, because I don't think anybody should go off caffeine cold turkey. Whew, that headache. Drinking a ton of water, the water, the electrolytes and the collagen and vitamin C, all of that is really helping already. I can tell the lightness in my body, even though I am in so much pain. I feel lighter. And that's what happens when you go on those clean diets. You know, you feel kind of like this waterfall's going through your body. You feel kind of weird, weirdly good, more relaxed. You get rid of all the external stimuli of the processed foods and the stuff that we put in our body that we shouldn't. But yeah, my cousins, my first cousins, are, we're not living very long, and it's really scary, and I don't want to die. I really don't. And I'm so sad. They have left their kids who are young. They've left, they're just too young, 60, early 70s, it's too young. Yeah. So, I'm gonna enjoy life. If I have a good 10, 20 at most, 55, 65, 75, I take care of my work right now, my 3-hour job. Beautiful clients and people in their 80s. They don't have to go to a facility, and they want to stay home and be cared for, and they don't have the stuff I have. They don't have the feet issues. I have to wear certain shoes. They don't have the aches and pains in the morning like I do. They're in their 80s. Yikes. So it just makes you think, really think how you are deserving to be happy in this life. If you're 30, by all means, grab hold, go to therapy, get yourself okay so you don't make the mistakes that often happen when you just think you're invincible and you just think like, for me with health issues, if you're a woman, it is hard to get diagnosed with crazy stuff like Ehlers-Danlos and all that stuff. And even they still romanticize like, ooh, I can bend my body a certain way and how cool. It's not cool. Some people don't have it as bad. Some people can have the flexibility. They're able to work out. One of the things with EDS, Ehlers, is that go work out 3 days a week. I cannot do that. It hurts. And it's not your, oh, no pain, no gain. It is debilitating. If I worked out, I was swimming. Swimming is supposed to be great. Swimming killed me. I'm in a 55 plus community, and I can't do the exercise, the aqua exercise that they have. They're very gentle for people in their 80s. So I have to look at that. And if you have issues now, and if you're in your 40s and you're in your 50s like I am, take charge in these relationships. If you're a Cassandra sister, I am begging you to take charge, to do whatever it is possible. And you're going to say to me, Diana, I'm doing everything. Look at what you're doing. Look at how you're doing it. And how at the times, write it down, note it down when you're not listening to your body, when you're not taking that 5 minutes to meditate, 5 minutes, it works. And I'm here to tell you because I've lived through it and I understand how hard it is. And coming to this point, if you're 50, if you're 40, if you're 45, if you're younger than me, do it now. Don't wait until you're 55 like me to finally get your flippin' S together. And I don't know if I have. I'm scared, of course, because he has this tight pull on me financially. But I have figured out what works with him. I do really certainly believe, and I hope you stay with me and see how I'm not going to crash and burn this time. I'm going to make this thing work, living separately together, no matter what, because that's where I'm going to be happy. He's kind to me. I'm not going to leave because financially, I need that support. I need the doctor care so I don't die in my 60s. Not that my family didn't have it, but I'm going to do everything possible to prevent it. So with that, I have to get up because my hips are killing me right now. And you cannot see the pants I'm wearing. They are black with red hearts all over them. They don't match my Nirvana shirt. I went out walking looking like that. Okay, anyway, take care. Bye.